Good morning. It's March 13th, and this is your daily brief in science. Here's everything you need to know. A recent study from the University of Bristol has found a concerning link between seafood consumption and children's social behavior. The research indicates that children who consume less fish at age 7 tend to display less pro-social behavior at ages 7 and 9. This study tracked nearly 6,000 children as part of the Avon longitudinal study of parents and children, also known as ALSPAC, and revealed significant correlations between seafood intake and positive social interactions such as sharing and helping. Key nutrients found in seafood, including omega-3 fatty acids, iodine, and selenium, are essential for children's brain and behavioral health. The NHS recommends at least 2 portions of fish weekly, including 1 oily fish. However, the study highlighted that nearly all children involved did not meet these seafood intake recommendations, likely influenced by parental concerns about pollutants like mercury in fish. Despite these concerns, experts argue that the benefits of seafood consumption, particularly for child development, outweigh the potential risks associated with mercury exposure. Dr. Caroline Taylor, a lead researcher in the study, emphasized the importance of fish consumption for child development and urged parents to adhere to NHS guidelines for seafood intake. The development of pro-social behavior, which typically begins between ages 1 and 2, is crucial for societal functioning and is significantly influenced by early nutrition. Pro-social behavior includes friendly interactions, altruism, and sharing, all essential for a well-functioning society. Interestingly, fish fingers and similar products accounted for 46% of the average seafood intake among the surveyed children, indicating a reliance on processed seafood options. This research contributes to the limited body of work on childhood seafood consumption, filling a gap that previous studies primarily focused on maternal intake during pregnancy. NHS England has made a groundbreaking move by becoming the first healthcare system in Europe to roll out cladribine, a take-at-home immunotherapy pill for patients with multiple sclerosis, or MS. This development follows a recommendation from the National Institute for Health and Care Excellence, known as NICE, for cladribine to be used in adults with relapsing-remitting multiple sclerosis, or RRMS. This marks a significant advancement in treatment options for individuals affected by this condition. Final guidance from NICE is expected in April 2025, with plans to extend access to cladribine to Wales, Northern Ireland, and potentially Scotland. Clinical trials have demonstrated that cladribine significantly reduces both the frequency and severity of MS relapses, with a notable 58% reduction in annual relapse rates reported in the CLARITY trial. Patients will only need to take the medication 20 times over a 4-year period, which drastically cuts down on the number of hospital visits compared to traditional therapies. This new treatment option allows patients to maintain their daily routines, as they can avoid lengthy travel for appointments. Additionally, they can safely conceive 6 months after completing the treatment cycle. Claire Elgar, a patient who has been using cladribine since January 2021, shared her positive experience, noting how the at-home treatment has enabled her to keep up with her routine without frequent hospital trips. The MS Society has voiced strong support for cladribine's introduction, highlighting its importance for lifestyle compatibility and the increased treatment choices it offers. NICE has acknowledged that cladribine provides similar clinical benefits to existing treatments while significantly reducing the need for hospital visits, enhancing NHS productivity. With over 150,000 individuals in the UK living with MS and 85% diagnosed with relapsing forms, the introduction of cladribine is a crucial step in managing this condition. An estimated 2,000 patients are expected to benefit from cladribine treatment in the first 3 years of its rollout, significantly boosting patient care. Professor James Palmer emphasized the NHS's commitment to improving patient management and productivity through this innovative treatment option. A new study led by nutrition researcher Kevin Hall is shedding light on the significant impact of ultra-processed foods on calorie intake and obesity. This issue is particularly pressing as ultra-processed foods make up over 70% of the American diet. Preliminary findings from the study reveal that participants consuming ultra-processed diets took in approximately 1,000 calories more daily than those following minimally processed diets, resulting in noticeable weight gain. The research indicates that certain ingredient combinations present in ultra-processed foods may lead to increased calorie consumption without consumers even realizing it. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has made it a priority to address the health impacts of processed foods, especially among children, advocating for their removal from school lunches. Kennedy connects the rise in disease rates, particularly in children, to the consumption of these processed foods, emphasizing the importance of this ongoing research. Experts like Marion Nestle have highlighted the need for longer and more comprehensive studies to fully grasp the health impacts of diet, pointing out current funding limitations as a significant barrier. The National Institutes of Health, or NIH, allocates around $2 billion annually for nutrition research. However, recent funding cuts have limited the capacity for conducting extensive metabolic studies, impeding progress in understanding dietary impacts. Critics, including Dr. David Ludwig, argue that the current study's short duration may not provide conclusive evidence regarding the long-term health effects of ultra-processed foods. Participants, such as Florida college student Sam Srasata, are compensated $5,000 to spend 28 days in a controlled hospital environment where their food intake and health metrics are closely monitored. Ultra-processed foods, characterized by high levels of fat, sugar, and sodium, are mass-produced with additives not typically found in home-cooked meals, raising ongoing concerns about their health implications. An ambitious initiative called the Ocean Census is making waves in marine biology. Launched in April 2023, this project aims to accelerate the identification of marine species and address the risk of extinction before documentation can occur. The mission is to document 100,000 marine species, revealing that only about 10% of marine life has currently been identified. Recently, the Ocean Census has announced the discovery of 866 new species, including a unique guitar-shaped shark and a venomous deep-sea snail. The guitar shark, identified off the coasts of Mozambique and Tanzania, belongs to one of the most threatened vertebrate groups, with 2/3 of its family at risk of extinction. Meanwhile, the Turridrupa magnifica, the newly discovered venomous marine gastropod found near New Caledonia and Vanuatu, may have significant biotechnological applications for pain relief and cancer treatment. Additionally, a new octocoral species was identified in the Maldives, marking the first record of its genus from that region. This underscores the ongoing exploration of marine biodiversity, which is crucial for conservation efforts. The Ocean Census involves around 800 scientists from over 400 institutions globally, employing advanced technologies such as genetic sequencing and real-time imaging to facilitate quicker identification of new species. These discoveries emerged from 10 global expeditions that utilized divers, piloted submersibles, and remotely operated vehicles to explore depths ranging from 3 feet to 3.1 miles. Dr. Michelle Taylor, principal investigator at the Ocean Census, emphasizes the urgency of documenting marine biodiversity before critical species are lost. Endorsed by the United Nations Ocean Decade, the initiative plans to establish a global network for marine research, with more expeditions and workshops scheduled for the coming year. So far, the collaborative effort has awarded 19 Species Discovery Awards to taxonomists, highlighting the importance of teamwork in advancing marine research. A recent study published in the Biophysical Journal reveals that heart cells in developing embryos engage in a process akin to speed dating to find suitable neighbors for tissue formation. These developing heart cells utilize tentacle-like protrusions known as philopodia to explore and attach to potential partners. In both humans and fruit flies, heart tissues originate from 2 distant regions of the embryo that must converge to form a functional heart. If cells mismatch during this pairing process, proteins create waves that separate them, providing another opportunity to find compatible partners. Previous research has shown that these protein-induced waves enhance the chances of mismatched cells finding suitable partners. The research, led by Timothy Saunders from the University of Warwick, emphasizes that as cells come together, they consistently adjust and pair with similar heart cells. Saunders likened this pairing process to speed dating, where cells have limited time to assess compatibility before being pulled apart by molecular forces. The study discovered that heart cells seek stability by balancing adhesive energy and elasticity, which facilitates their self-organization during development. The team tested their model on fruit fly hearts with specific mutations, accurately predicting how cells would rearrange under conditions of misalignment. The broader implications of this research extend beyond heart development, as similar cell matching processes are crucial in neuronal connections, wound healing, and facial development. This research received funding from multiple sources, including the University of Warwick and various research grants, aiming to quantify biological processes and enhance our understanding of cellular behaviors during tissue formation. This has been your daily brief in science. To read more about these stories, follow the links in the episode bio. You can also subscribe to these updates via email at www.brief.news. For more daily podcasts about the topics you love, visit brief.news/podcasts. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be back with everything you need to know.